After a solid, cost-efficient day one of free agency for the Colorado Avalanche, they keep up the trend in day two by signing Erik Brannstrom. Brannstrom, a former 15th overall pick, has never quite lived up to that hype, but he has carved out a NHL role for himself on a third pairing as a two-way guy. And I don't mean two-way he plays offense and is kind of there defensively. No, he is a legitimate two-way guy. Plays both ends of the ice quite well. The Avs get him on a one-year $900K deal, so virtually no risk for a guy who actually fits the Avs extremely well. He's a great skater and very good on the rush in both directions, which is the way the Avs love to play. Last year in Ottawa, he put up 20 points in 76 games, but maybe more importantly was a positive impact on both ends of the ice. Particularly defensively, did a very good job of shutting other teams down. He doesn't really score goals, but where he will shine in the Avs system is breaking pucks out. He has a very good first pass and can read the ice quite well when getting the team going the right direction. For a third pairing guy, you can dream on his upside a little bit. If he's playing well and the Avs do suffer an unfortunate injury, it's possible that he could fill in the top four for Colorado under the right circumstances. With that being said, he is on the smaller size. That does present his biggest problem, whether it be defending on the third pair or looking to move up the Avs lineup. With the other small guys the Avs have in the lineup, like a Sam Girard, it could cause a little bit of trouble in trying to find a good pairing mate for him. That isn't to say he is not a good defensive D. Even with his smaller size, much like Sam Girard, he finds ways to be effective by winning puck battles with his stick. He's never afraid to block shots, and he rarely is going to get beaten on his feet. He was Ottawa's most consistent defender on a day-to-day basis. Granted, that is on a third pair, so he wasn't playing against the greatest competition, so we will see how limited he is in that factor, but honestly, it really does make a lot of sense for the Avs in a lot of ways. I personally don't really have any reservations about his size. If he can defend effectively, that just doesn't matter to me. The one problem I do run into with him is that he does not really penalty kill, and that's hard for a depth defenseman to not do. I do think there is some upside here, though, especially in the Avalanche systems. While Brannstrom is not a good shooter, in a system like the Avs that has defensemen activate and get into opportune situations, you don't have to be the best shooter to finish pucks on the back door at times. And with Brannstrom's feet, he'll be able to activate whenever the Avs want him to. Brannstrom can also play on both sides. He is a lefty, so you would expect Bednar to like him on that side, but he can play the right side too, whether that's next to Calvin DeHaan or maybe he moves to the left to play next to Josh Manson. So there is some versatility in there too, which Bednar loves to do, especially with his bottom 4D. He will jumble them up based on who's hot and who's not in any given game. But maybe most interesting about this signing, Brannstrom was an unqualified RFA from Ottawa. So he became a UFA, and now that the Avs have signed him, he turns back into an RFA, and the Avs will retain his rights at the end of this year. If things go well, this could become more of a long-term relationship with Brannstrom sticking in Colorado and continuing to be a 4 to 6 ranked defenseman on the team. I really do think this is another very savvy move by Chris McFarland in the Avs front office. Brannstrom is a guy who's made sense in Colorado mechanically for a long time, and now we get to see that this season.